Music. The music is over here. Hey, everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning. How do you invite poverty? That's my question for you today, is how do you invite poverty? Think about it for just a second. I'm going to mute this over here. All right. How do you invite poverty? How do you invite lack? Listen, we all talk about setting the goals and wanting to create success and build our dreams and have our future, and we write our goals down and we put our sticky notes up and we do the activities. My true question for you is, how do you invite poverty? Because if you have less than you want, you've invited that. Law of attraction works. It doesn't work only for the good things, it works for everything. Life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. Everything happens in your favor. It's just what you're asking for. What are you asking favor for? So be aware of that today. As you go through the process, good morning, everybody on Instagram. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. And good morning to my VIP community. If you would like to join us there, you can go to unlearnme.live, and have more conversations with me there. So, what if you asked your prospect? See, I deal in the professional world of network marketing, MLM, mentors leading mentors, making lasting money, me loving more. I've been in that profession now for 23 years. So my question to you is what if you were to ask your prospect? Now, I'm not suggesting you ask them, because you probably don't have an answer. And the answer that you would have to give back if they asked you might take the whole meeting for you to explain. How are you teaching? How did you learn? How are you inviting poverty? How do you invite poverty in? You want to know how you invite poverty in? You want to know how? You want to know how? It's when you get mad at something that you have no control over. Epictetus said this. Epictetus, one of the Stoics that I really enjoy learning from, said, for those of you with desire, put it on a shelf. Wait, what? Put it on a shelf. Well, but why? Because you have to put desire on a shelf. You have to put your wants, your wishes, your dreams, your goals on a shelf. Then you have to do something that's very important. You have to decide what's within your circle of influence and what's outside your circle of influence. What is the mantra for AA? Help me to control the things I can, the courage to control the things I can, and the knowledge to know the things I can't. I don't have it right. I know I don't have it right. My point is this: there's only a certain amount of things that you can control. And the thing you have absolute, complete 100%, the gift you are given by your creator, is that you have 100% control over your mind. Not 99, not 98, not some things that are going to be absolutely, well, I can't, there's nothing I can do about that. That's just the way I'm wired to think. No. Let me let you in on a little secret. You have 100% control over your thoughts. If you thought bad things this morning, if you had some challenging thoughts already on this day, the question you have to ask yourself is, where was the possibility? How many of you speak 38 languages? Rare. I'm sure there's somebody out there that does, but it's rare. If somebody was speaking Farsi, I know some friends who speak Farsi. They would understand that. They go, oh, that's Farsi. I go, how do you know? It sounds like gibberish to me. How do you, how does one word end and one word begin? Where's the oh, well, that's the language I grew up with. Do you realize that you were taught poverty? You were also taught success. You probably have a PhD in poverty, though. Most people, 98% of the population who struggle on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis, they would be They would be in serious challenges if they missed 2 weeks of a paycheck. Serious challenges. 2 weeks of a paycheck. If that's you, then you were taught poverty. I teach mental toughness. And one of the first things that it's important for anybody who begins to attend the class on mental toughness is this idea and this conversation we have right up front about delusional thinking. I have a very dear friend, Steve Siebold and Dawn Siebold, and Steve has taught mental toughness for 30 years at the highest levels of corporations. And I learned from him this idea of understanding mental toughness, teaching mental toughness. And the first thing is getting very clear on how delusional we are in our own thinking. See, you were taught poverty. End of story. If you desire riches and you're not sure how to get it, then you are absolutely 100%. You have to take this into consideration, into understanding that you were taught poverty, period, end of story. The challenge is that when your default mode network, so as a certified brain trainer and as somebody who has studied the brain for quite a while and somebody who understands neuroencoding and mental toughness and addiction to approval and hypnotherapy and self-talk. I had a conversation the other day with the founder of Self-Talk, not the founder of Self-Talk, the concept, the founder of the Self-Talk Institute, Dr. Shad Helmstetter. We chatted the other day, and I'm going to be bringing him hopefully onto one of these calls relatively soon. So the idea of this delusional thinking comes from the way we have a conversation with ourselves. 80,000 thoughts a day, 70, 50, 60, 70,000 of those thoughts are repeated on a daily basis, and most of those are not in our favor. You were taught poverty. We don't have enough money for that. Drop a $sign in the chat or a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard, we don't have money for that when you were growing up. Put that back. That's too expensive. You were taught poverty. I'm not being mean. This is about how we get out of delusional thinking. This is really how we get over delusional thinking. Do you understand this? If you were taught we don't have enough money right now. If you have ever said it to your children, you are teaching poverty. You are justifying, you are taking out this thing about teaching them the value of money and you don't have enough. So then guess what happens when they want to go get more? Guess what happens when you want to go get more? This is going to sound crazy, but I promise you, this is one of the biggest reasons why most people struggle with creating successive income and successful income. And when I mean successive, that it continues to grow and grow and grow and grow. It doesn't go up and down and up and down and up and down. The reason most people have a challenge with creating the dream income that they want is because they will embarrass their parents. And what were you told? Never embarrass me. How many of you drop an E in the chat if you ever told, don't embarrass me? Don't embarrass the family. Drop an E in the chat if you were ever told that. So now all of a sudden, what happens if you go make more than them? If you get bigger than them? If you go do more than them? You were taught poverty. Congratulations. What you invited is your current now. Now, here's the thing. Here's the challenge. Here's the reality. You're going to go off and you're going to go attempt to fix this yourself. My mentor would poke me in the ribs, metaphorically, physically, mentally, emotionally, and he would say, how's that working for you? How's your DIY method working for it? The do-it-yourself method. How's it working for you? When do you think you'll ever break free? When do you think you'll ever break through? When do you ever think you'll break out? You can go for it. Go for it. Knock yourself out. You're probably why you're exhausted. Attempting to do the DIY method. I'm going to encourage you. I've offered something now until the end of the month. If you go to SeanGMurphy.com/24, SeanGMurphy.com/24, I'm offering 3 of the most powerful programs that I've offered, that I've created, all for the price of 1. And if you decide to take me up on that, there's going to be some group mentoring for the people that purchase that community alone, that purchase this offering, this special, this one-time limited offer on mental toughness, purpose-driven payday, the 4 archetypes. When you decide that you're going to make it work and you're not going to suffer anymore, I'm not saying that changing your state isn't going to be painful, because you got to let go of the old story. I'm just saying that the DIY method of doing it yourself, if you're planning on using that same method for 2024, I can pretty much guarantee you the same results you've had for 2023. Just saying. Tony Robbins says it best, right? You're either going to cut a check or cut your teeth. I know some people don't have much teeth left. You were taught poverty. To learn wealth, to learn freedom, to learn creativity, to learn cooperation. Wallace D. Waddell says it's not about doing certain things. It's about doing things in a certain way. And we must move from the competitive world to the creative world, to the cooperative world. That causes people to vapor lock. That causes people to have palpitations. That causes people to break out in a sweat. How many of you have broken out in a sweat already while I'm talking to you? How many of you have had a realization that this has got to change? And the challenge is you're doing it so incrementally. You're not ripping the Band-Aid off. You're not diving in. You're not going all in. You're not doing immersive. You're learning your Spanish, where you went to school for 2 years and you took an hour of class for 2 semesters. And you graduated with level 2 Spanish and you can't speak a damn word. You've graduated with level 2 success and you can't do a damn thing to build your success consistently, day in, day out. Purpose-driven payday. What if you learned how to create and build your own purpose-driven payday every day? How much are you going to get paid today? If you're waiting, if you don't have an understanding of what it means to have a residual income, you were taught poverty. If you have not spent your time learning how to motivate and inspire people at a distance, you're still learning poverty. If you haven't learned how to publicly speak and tell a story, you are continuing to learn poverty. Listen, it hurts when you hear the reality of your potential. How much potential do you have? Seriously, how much potential do you have? Isn't it unlimited? So if your potential is unlimited, what kind of action could you take? You could take unbelievable action. You can take incredible action. How many, drop an A in the chat if you know you could do more action towards your income, more action towards your income, right? We call it, what do we call it? Income producing activities. And if you're not doing more action towards your income, then you are learning and reinforcing poverty. But wait, it gets more interesting. If you have unlimited potential and you have amazing unlimited action possibility, your actions produce your results. How are your results right now? You have unlimited possibility, unlimited actions you can take, increased actions to create your income, and your results are poverty driven. I'm not saying they're impoverished actions, they're just poverty driven. They're designed to keep you in a certain place. Why? Because of your belief. It's because your DMP, your definite major purpose, your desire is not turned on. Oh, I'm passionate. You get passionate when you have to make it happen. When the bills are due and you're behind on the 8 ball and you got to do all these things. I'll be damned if you didn't make it through. Drop an MT in the chat if you've ever made it through the tough times you didn't think you could make it through. You made it through. But here's the thing, you have been taught how to make it through. And so you have no idea how to live in freedom. You just don't. If you did, you'd be doing it. You can't, listen, you can argue all you want. My mentor would say, you're right. I'm rich and rich has nothing to do with money, let's move on. So you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision right now, today. It doesn't have to be to do anything with me. You have to start with you. Because until you start with you, it doesn't matter what book you buy, what seminar you buy, what training. You go buy the 3-for-1, the $1,400 program for $500 with me teaching you, guiding you, moving you through the process. And then those that do that, now some of you are already part of my VIP. Please don't go purchase that. That's not, you already have access to all of these. These are all of the programs and the trainings you currently have available in your back office. And this is for the new crowd. This is for the people who are saying, you know, enough is enough. And if my 24 is an increase of my 23, it's still not enough. Think about that. If you doubled your income from 2023, doubled it, just doubled it, is that anywhere near the goal you said you would do for 2023? If you doubled it in 2024, you took 2023, doubled it. Are you still anywhere near your goal? Do you have confidence that you can double it? See, if you lack confidence, for those of you watching on YouTube or inside of Zoom, you'll see I'm a self-talk certified trainer. I'm a neuroencoding trained specialist. I'm an addiction to approval trained specialist. I'm a mental toughness trained specialist. You're worrying about scripts and algorithms. You have no control over those things. Why not decide to start to take control over the things you have complete and utter control over? Your thoughts. You have unlimited potential. You have unlimited access to actions. Your results suck and your beliefs are based upon your results. What do you think drives your potential? It's your beliefs. I think maybe, possibly, this could be the time to make a decision. Go to SeanGMurphy.com/24. Get control back of your 2024. I'm also starting a mastermind group that will be that's going to be limited to probably 15, maybe 16 people. And I'm going to work with you one-on-one, one-on-group, and I'm going to take you to a 6-figure or more income. Simply because you have the skill set. It's nothing special that I'm going to do. I just know how to make your brain work better. I know how to make your mind and your heart work together. I know how to create the old stories and put them on a shelf and use them as fuel, not as fear. It's time. So for those of you that want to get an invitation to that, I'd encourage you to go to SeanGMurphy.com/24, and that gets you access to the invitation. You were taught poverty, and you keep beating yourself up thinking you're learning success. How's that working for you? If you build your team and your team disappears, if you enroll somebody and they leave, if you do all of these things, that is not success. That's repetitive advancement. One step forward, one step back. One step forward, you are busy as hell, but you're not getting out of hell. It's time to change that. That's my offer to you. Reach out to me. My handles on social media are Sean G. Murphy Now. You can go find me there and reach out. We can have a conversation. If you'd like to do a discovery call, we can do that as well. I'm your head brain training, brain scrambling, self-talk certified neuroencoding trained specialist. I'll see y'all where? I'll see you at the next positive, profitable event. Till then, bye for now. You can reach out to me for the Zoom call and we can have a conversation. And then I can also send you my setting an appointment schedule as well. All right. Love you tons. Bye for now. All right, YouTube, appreciate you. Love you tons. I'm going to go have a conversation with my VIP community. I'll see y'all where? I'll see you at the next brain training.